Before we start today's video, I wanted to mention that there are still 3 slots open in my 65-hour live price action training course. So if any one of you are interested, please connect with me over Discord or in the comment in the YouTube below, or you can ping me on Facebook as well. Hello traders, let us quickly go through the plan for tomorrow. And again, as usual, let us start at the monthly chart. So in the monthly chart, we just have a little pullback. There's nothing major that has happened. Today was just a pullback day. And as we go further into the lower time frames, onto the weekly and the daily, that conviction will still be there that it is just a pullback, right? We may have stopped the steady rise with whatever happened, but if you look at the monthly chart, there is nothing, right? This target is still there. The 5707 target is still there. So it is highly possible that by the end of this month or by the first 2 weeks of July, we will go and hit this target on the top, right? So there is nothing bearish in this market yet. Nothing is telling me that a big dump is coming. All I see here on the monthly chart is that there is a little pullback. There is some profit taking, and that is why we have this wick right now. But it is not telling me to sell anything on the monthly chart yet. Let us now take a look at the weekly chart. On the weekly chart also, we hit the wedge and we came back down. But if you see, we are still holding above the 50% line of the weekly chart. We did come down below it. We did come down to the 2.5 level, but we bounced from there and we kept going up. However, we are still holding above this. Tomorrow, I would like to see that there is a good close below this 3.8 level. And once we close below this 3.8 level, maybe we are going to revisit that 25.5 area, break it down, come to the 19.25, and then we will see in the subsequent time frames that what are the different levels that we have at the bottom. However, looking at this chart, it is not bearish at this point. This is still above the 50% line, so we will have to keep an eye on this area and see what happens. If I look at the weekly chart standalone, there is nothing bearish about it. There may be a little bit pullback, but we can go up above again and get to this 5640 target, which is the target for the weekly bulls up here. So looking at the daily chart, we were in this kind of a channel here. We broke out of the channel. However, if we try to duplicate the channel, I don't think we went even to the 50% of the channel to the top. Yeah, so this is where we stand now. We went to the 50% line, but this time we could not touch it. Maybe because of the weekly wedge was there and we came down. However, we are inside this channel again. There is a big chance that we come down to these areas, hit this line here. Where will it hit? It will hit around the 550608 area. So that is the middle line of this channel, and we can come down to this middle line and then bounce again above 19.25, the previous breakout area, and keep going up. That is also another possibility that we have looking at the daily chart, right? So one day's drop, and this is also a range bar, right? This is not a trend bar. You cannot say that the bears were very strong here. If you see the top wick and the bottom wick are almost equal, so this is like a spinning top, which can be a reversal candle. But then I am still not rooting for the bears as long as that 19.25, the bottom of this, the 50% of this channel is broken down. I am still not rooting for bears. I will look at the structure and trade accordingly. Maybe on the 1 hour and the 4 hour charts, there are still some bearish action that is required. We will take a look at that, but I will not be holding beyond measured moves and holding on runners when we come down to the 1925 or the 0608 level, because at that point of time there will be a big chance that we will bounce. And if you see, if we come down here, even here at the 5500 level, we have had a lot of bullish action in this area, right? So I'm expecting that even if we come down to these levels, there is a big chance that we will bounce from here. Even if we come down to the bottom of the channel, if you see here 5462, even if we manage to come down here, just because there is OPEX tomorrow, it can have wild swings, right? Even if it comes down here, there's a big chance we will bounce from here, keep the breakout gap open, and we will still be going up. So looking at the 4 hour chart, if you see here, there were multiple resistance lines. There was the dueling line support and multiple other support areas that we broke down. However, if you see here, this was the lowest point on the 4 hour chart, right? this was the lowest point on the 4-hour chart. We have not closed a single bar below this 5541 line. So even after we got this follow through, we still have not come down here. However, once we come down here, there is a measured move possible on the bearish side, and on the 4-hour chart that can bring it down to the 5505 area, right? So that will be the 1:1 of this move. So once it starts closing below this area, maybe around midnight or maybe in the morning, again, once we close back here, so this can be the kind of move here. We close down here on the hourly chart, maybe go back up here again, and then we come down to these levels, bounce once more, and then finally swing down to the 5505 area. So that can be a kind of move that we can see, but as long as we do not close a bar below this 5541 line, it is basically I would like to have a hourly bar or a 4-hour bar close below the 5538 area, and that is when I will start thinking about that maybe we will break down the 5525, which is the midpoint of the breakout bar on daily, and then we may come down to the 5519.25. Failing that, I will really start looking at getting this target or even hitting the 5500 level somewhere here. The 5500 level will be somewhere here. Yeah, that will be the balance zone that we had earlier. So if we are drawing this here, this is the kind of a balance zone that we had on the 4-hour chart. So we may actually come back here, and if we extend it to this side, the balance zone is here as well, right? So it may try to test the bottom of the balance zone, the top of the balance zone, and then we can start moving from here. But if we break down these levels, this is again the 9496 level in the next 100. That is the first support area, generic support area that we will find. We can expect to find bulls here, especially because we have this body gap on the 4-hour chart against which we have been bouncing. So we bounced from here and we went back here. So if we say that the bulls are actually sitting in this area, we can even come down to 7.3, go back up to 9.4, and then keep going up to the 0.6 and the 1.3 areas again, right? So that can be another move. So all in all, there can be a bearish move, but I am not giving up on the bulls yet. The bulls will make at least another attempt to go up, and that is what I think, in my opinion. However, tomorrow being OPEX, make sure you size it properly, you keep your stop losses tight, and you trade very safely, because OPEX days are known to make wild swings in the market. So this is the 1-hour chart that we have. These are the same channels that we got from the 4 hours. If we see that we have not closed below this midpoint of this channel on the 1-hour chart, but I'm expecting that there will be some. This is just making a bear flag here for the time being, and we will see a further dump down. Even if we stay in this area till tomorrow, there is a high possibility we can go up to 6.0, get rejected there, break down 4.0 again or 3.8 again, and then hurdle down towards 2.5, breaking which we may actually come and hit this level on the 1-hour chart, which will be around 0.4291. So looking at this, that 0.506 level after 1.9 looks very much achievable. After that, we will have to see whether we bounce back from here or we want to break down the balance zone and go further into somewhere into this gap area. Now if the bears can fill up this gap, then there may be a little more dump even after a pullback, and we will have to see how that happens, right? Now what has happened right now is, if we are very high, right? We have come a long way from where the legs actually started, the bulls actually started buying. So what is happening right now is your one directional move may be done, right? So now in the next maybe a couple of weeks or so, you may find 20-point swings on the upside as well as 20-point swings on the downside. So remember, your daily chart today ended as a very good trading range bar, not a good trending bar. It ended as a trading range bar. So you can expect that your activities inside that bar, you can expect that in tomorrow can be an inside bar to what I would suggest is, if we are expecting tomorrow to be a inside bar, it is better to put on the mother bar fibs on the daily bar today, and see where it is getting support, where it is getting resistance. So that will be a very good way of doing that. However, if I look at the fibs on the 1 hour chart also, and I start getting it from the body to body here, I again see 5505 seems to be a very good target for this fall, right? The second leg for this fall. We can go up a little bit, we can even go to the 60 level, but this will be a very good resistance on the 1 hour chart, because this was the breakout area. So this will be a sell zone here again, and that is again the 58 to the 60 area. We may come back here. So what I'm looking for is, if it happens overnight, good, or this kind of a setup is even possible tomorrow morning, that we come back here, we get down here, we retest this area, and then we finally dump down here. So that is also a kind of a move that is possible. So we will have our options open, right? If we keep on going above this, maybe again 738490, those will be the targets. We can still go and hit the all-time high and get rejected from there. But looking at this, this micro channel needs one more leg down. That is what I feel looking at this right now. Now, let us look at the final piece of the puzzle as usual. Let us bring in the EMA twice. Okay, so here we have the EMAs. The blue one is our regular 20 EMA on the RTA chart. And then this is the hourly EMA at 5546. And this is finally the 200 EMA on the 500 on the 5 minutes RTA chart. So what we are looking at is, we will have a sell zone that has been already created right at the top, right? So this is a sell zone that we have already here. So this is my sell zone. Correct. So we sold off from here, we came back here, we retested this area, and we went back down again. We could not hold the open of the day, and we dumped down back, right? So that will be one of the areas of resistance. The other area of resistance can be here. This is the balance zone that we had, which again broke down into 1, 2, and 3 levels. So that will be another level of support that we have, resistance that we have. Right here, this can work as a level of support. This can become a buy zone. This can become a buy zone, which is again at the 15.5 to 5509 level, and we are actually expecting that there will be some bullish action in the 5505 to the 5500 area, right? If not, we are going back to that 96 zone. And after that, if we come back down from here, we have to, this will be the next breakout area, which is again the 5503 to the 5501. This areas, this can also work as a good support area. And then if you extend this to the right, there have been a lot of action in this area, and then finally we broke out of here. This line also may be important, and we may want to keep it on our chart. This line is very important, and we may need to keep it on our chart. This is nothing but the previous breakout line, which is the 5519.25 line. I'm unable to do it, so let us just. So it is very important to keep this line on your chart. Apart from that, if you see, this was the last bull flag that we had, and we were bouncing off of that bull flag, right? So we bounced from here. So once we break down this area tomorrow, we close down below this. This will be my first target. However, once this comes down, once we take out this breakout level, we can very well come down to these levels and visit the levels below here. Once we are down here, I will keep an eye on this. Is the final bull gap that we have before we started climbing. These were making higher lows. So once we come here, these areas, the 5490 area, again 100 points from today's high, will act as an area of support, breaking which we again get to the 84 to the 88, 8473, 74 to 76. All those levels can be revisited, but I do not think we are going to go that deep down. We should the bull should capture the price somewhere here and then start bringing it back up. But we'll have to see how the market is tomorrow, how the market is behaving tomorrow. what is the status in the morning. We'll have to see if there is any news at 8:30. We'll have to see the reaction to the news, how that happened, and then we will make our final call at the 8:45 a.m. EST pre-market call. If you want to join that, the link to that along with the Discord link is given in the description below. The Facebook link is also there in the description below. If you're interested, please join us in all these places. And I will see you guys again tomorrow morning at 8:45 a.m. EST. Have a great night, everyone. Bye.